Today we're going to be doing 5-2, which is solving multi-step inequalities. Multi-step inequalities just means more than one step. We are on page 271, and we're going to start with example 1. Susie wants to self-publish her comic book. One printing company offers to publish the book for a $220 flat rate, plus $3 per copy of the book. Her maximum budget is $400. So let's start here by writing the inequality. So I see that they want to publish it for $220. So let me go ahead and write down 220. It even then says the word plus. I'm going to add something to that $220. It says $3 per copy of the book. We know that whenever it says the word per, we're going to be multiplying. So we're going to go 3 per, I'm going to use the variable x. It then goes on to tell me that her maximum budget is $400. So I'm going to need to figure out what sign I'm going to use here for my inequality. If her maximum budget is $400, is she allowed to get $400 exactly? Yes, she can get exactly $400. So we're going to have the is equal to as part of my answer. But can this amount, her publishing, go over her budget of $400? It may not. So that means that this must be less than the $400. So we're going to use less than or equal to. So that was step A. Step A, part A, was to write the inequality. Part B is going to be to solve the inequality. So we're going to solve the inequality. So I'm trying to get x by itself because I need to know what x is going to equal. Before I can get to my x, I can't touch this term yet. I need to get rid of this term. I'm going to do that by doing the opposite. So this is a positive, I'm going to subtract. Minus 220 minus 220. Now I'm left with 3x is less than or equal to 400 minus 220 is 180. I still don't have x isolated. It's not by itself, but 3 and x are being multiplied, so I can do the opposite and divide by 3. Divide by 3. The 3's cancel out on this side, and I'm left with only x. I didn't multiply or divide by a negative, so my sign is going to stay the same. And 180 divided by 3 is 60. So here I have that. Here is my answer. X can be less than or equal to 60. She can print up to 60 books while not exceeding her budget. Moving on, you're going to do the check. If you are watching this from home and you haven't done this yet, you're going to pause the video and try the check on your own. Okay? Jamal has $40 to buy tickets to a performance for himself and his friends. If he buys a $10 membership, he can buy tickets for $5 each. How many tickets can he buy while remaining within his budget? Part A. If X represents the number of tickets Jamal purchases, write an inequality that represents the situation. So I'm going to try to move this up to where you can still see the problem and the work that I'm doing. Okay, so this is my check. He has $40. That's how much money he has, right? If he buys a $10 membership, he can buy tickets for $5 each. How many tickets can he buy while remaining within his budget? So we know he wants to buy that $10 membership, so we're going to start with 10. We don't know how many $5 tickets he can buy. That's what they're asking. So we're going to go plus $5 membership. I don't know how many. He only has $40, right? Can he go over the $40? It doesn't say anybody's giving him money or anything like that, so he cannot go over that $40. So this amount must be less than 40. But he can spend all of his money if he wants to, so we're going to add the is equal to underneath. Okay, that's part A. Part B is going to be, we need to solve this inequality. So I can't get to x yet, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to subtract 10 from both sides. I now have 5x is less than or equal to 40 minus 10 is 30. I'm not done. Now I need to get rid of this 5. 5 is stuck to x with multiplication, so we're going to divide. Divide by 5, divide by 5. The 5's cancel out and I have x is less than or equal to 30 divided by 5 is 6. And there's our answer to our check. Moving back to our book, we're going to look at example number 2. Consider the inequality. It says the opposite of a number divided by 2 minus 17 is less than 7. So first they translated, and here we have the book translated for us. I'm going to cover. Okay, the book translated for us. I have the opposite of a number, so negative x, divided by 2, that was divided by 2, minus 17 is less than 7. And then we have to solve that inequality. I'm going to rewrite this on my paper so it's easier to see. I'm going to read it again as I write it. The opposite of a number. This is example 2. The opposite of a number divided by 2 minus 17 is less than 7. So I know that I can't touch the term with the variable until all the other terms are gone. So I'm going to start over here and I'm going to add 17 to both sides of the inequality symbol. On this side I'm left with negative x divided by 2 is less than, and 17 plus 7 is 24. So I am not done yet. I need to divide in order to get rid of this x. So we know that this says divide by 2. In order to get rid of this 2, we have to do the opposite, which is multiplication. So we're going to multiply by 2 on this side and multiply by 2 on this side. This one cancels out and I'm left with negative x, and 24 times 2 is 48, and I bring down my less than symbol. I need to not have a negative variable, so in order to not have a negative variable, I'm going to multiply the entire equation by negative 1. This cancels out the negative on this side and makes this a negative 48. So I have x on this side, negative 48 on this side, but I did the rule, I multiplied it by a negative number, so therefore my sign must flip. And that leaves me with the answer of x is greater than negative 48. The next thing they wanted me to do was graph this on a number line, so I'm going to go back to my book. I know I'm going to be at negative 48, so I'm going to come here, I'm going to go ahead and circle 48. I'm going to double check, look at my symbol. It does not say or equal to, so my circle is going to stay open. X is greater than, the number line gets greater going this direction, so I'm going to draw a line in the direction that is increasing. And there we have our answer. We're going to move on to example 3. I'm going to rewrite it on our paper because I don't want us following along the book. I'm actually going to flip over my paper so that I have more room to work. So I'm on example 3. Example 3, we're going to solve this inequality, but we're going to have to do a little bit of work before we can do that. I'm just double checking, making sure I copied everything correctly. Awesome. So we know that when we see parentheses, we look inside, There's no like terms inside these parentheses, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to go 4 times 2x is 8x. And then 4 times negative 11 is going to be negative 44. I'm going to bring down my inequality symbol. Negative 12 has nothing going on around it. I'm going to just bring it down. I've got a positive 2. 2 times x is going to be positive 2x. 2 times negative 4 is going to be negative 8. Now I need to check the problem. I see some like terms. Both negative 12 and negative 8 do not have any variables, therefore they are like terms. So I'm going to combine. Negative 12 minus 8 is going to be negative 20. I used these terms, and I'm going to bring down what I haven't used. So plus 2x on this side, 8x minus 44 on this side, and bring down my inequality symbol. My next step is I need to try to get my variable on one side of that inequality symbol. I see 8x over here, I see 2x over here. It would be really easy to go minus 2x, minus 2x. 8 minus 2 is 6. So I have 6x minus 44 is less than or equal to negative 20. I need to get my variable by itself. I need to move this term in order to get to my variable term. So the opposite of negative 44, I'm going to add 44. Add 44. That one cancels out. I have 6x is less than or equal to positive 24. Moving on, I need to get my variable by itself. So these are being multiplied. To the opposite would be to divide by 6, divide by 6. X is going to be less than or equal to 24 divided by 6 is 4. There we go. That's our answer. Practice writing it in set builder notation. X is less than or equal to 4. I'm going to pop on back over to my book because I want to practice writing the solution on a number line. So my solution was x is less than or equal to 4. So I'm going to start with a circle on 4. It was or equal to, so this circle is going to be closed because 4 can be one of my answers. And less than is going to be the direction where the number line gets smaller. So I'm going to go like that. From here, you're going to move on to the check. You're going to pause the video and work out the check on your own. Now I'm going to work it out. Nothing going on over here. I can't add that or subtract that to anything yet. So I'm going to start here with distributing. 11 times x is 11x. 11 times 8 is 88. I'm going to bring down my other numbers and symbols that I did not use. I'm going to combine my like terms. So I'm going to do negative 33 plus 88, and it's going to be 55. So I now have 55 plus 11x, bring down my other terms. I'm trying to get to my x, so I need to get rid of this term. I'm going to go minus 55 on both sides. So now I'm going to do 88 minus 55 is 33. Now, all that's left is to get to my x. I'm going to divide by 11. Divide by 11. 33 divided by 11 is 3. So here we have 3 is greater than or equal to x, but I want to flip that around and put my variable first. So it's going to be x is less than or equal to 3. And again, they want us to write this on a number line, so let's practice that. X is less than or equal to 3. So I'm going to do right here where 3 is, I'm going to do a closed circle because it has the or equal to, and x is less than, so it's going to go that direction. And that was the last example. See the next video for the practice problems that I assigned.